know what to do with my hands.
Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Can you guys hear us okay?
Yeah, just do the usual, like, yep, we can hear you, and all that stuff. We are coming from a different undisclosed location than we were last time.
Yes, but we are in Oregon.
We are. We are really close, actually, to the coast, but we're going to be... Oh, hi, Scout. Scout wanted to say hi. Hi, Scout. We are going to be heading to Eclipse Fest right after this. In fact, in 48 hours?
Yeah,
it's coming,
something like that.
It's coming up real soon.
Yes. We're looking, so there I think is a slight delay because it just went, yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, hopefully you guys can hear us. And we're just talking to the dogs.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments if you can hear us. But I think, you know why? I think it ran an ad.
Ah.
We're not, I know that you think we're YouTube professionals, but we're actually just regular people. So.
I actually, right before this, said something to Howard. I was laughing. I asked him a question. I was like, why can't I see the comment? And I was like, we've been doing YouTube, for almost 4 years now. And I still don't know what the heck I'm doing sometimes. Yay, everybody can hear us. Okay, awesome. Yay, we've got some friends in the house. Got Bill and Lori and Loopy.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Okay. Yeah. So I think we were just talking to ourselves.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. We'll just start over again. We are right now in Oregon. We're in the Pacific Northwest. In just a couple of days, we're going to be at Eclipse Fest. That rhymed. I didn't even mean to make that rhyme.
You've been practicing it for hours.
No, I didn't. I really didn't. We have Scout, of course, here.
She just came out of her room when she heard us talking. I think she thought there were people here. She got really excited, and unfortunately, it's just us, Scout.
Oh, man, so many people. Daniel's here.
I know,
oh, man.
Hi, guys.
Griffin Dixie, of course. Gosh, guys, thank you so much for coming. So we wanted to talk about our next couple parks.
Yeah.
I did put up a little poll. I have no idea, again, because we're not YouTube professionals. I think it's working. We'll see. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the next parks after that we're going to be filming. We're going to talk about the rest of the year.
I know. Can you guys believe it's the second week of October?
I know.
Time has just... I feel like because we have been in this national park bubble for the year, time has moved in a really weird way for us.
Yes.
At least it has for me.
Yes.
I don't want to speak for you, but I feel very discombobulated. Sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, it was just January, and then other times I'm like, this year has been 5 years.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it is honestly we've never done anything like this where for an entire year we've had such a clear direction and purpose and all of that for the channel, and it has meant a lot of travel, and I feel like we're starting to lose our grasp on time. In reality, because we're constantly moving. We're moving a lot more than we've probably ever moved, honestly, since we hit the road. I don't think we've ever traveled this far and this fast. I mean, we've gone tens of thousands of miles this year. I want to say, I think it's 30,000 miles or something like that. We will have traveled, maybe even 40,000.
Just this year?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
In the RV.
That's a lot. That is a lot.
Hey, I'd also like to point out, just really quick, look, we got our
magnet board.
We hung it up.
On our last live, we had just showed you guys that Winnebago, the Class A team, gave us that as a memento from the Vista. So yeah, we got it all hung and have our national park magnets up there. So
yeah, and somebody asked, and this is where I'm going to peer pressure Winnebago via a live. You currently cannot buy this. It's free with purchase. You have to buy an RV and then it's installed. But maybe if enough people ask, Winnebago will actually start selling them.
Yeah, we just hung it up with command strips, and so far so good.
We love them. And it is a unique just to the Winnebago NPF editions. So there's something like this in the NPF Solus and then the Vista NPF.
Yeah, we love it. It's a great way to display our magnets. We've always struggled with what to do with this wall. I think we've gone back and forth on putting up the peel and stick wallpaper. We've had different decor up there, and this finally feels right because it also has our, kind of hard to do this backwards, our Newstate license plate there. So it just ties it all together.
Yeah, I do like that. And this is going way, way back, but we had originally this awesome deer head that was made of. It was by an artist that was all made from various sizes of sticks that had been like cut, like so they were kind of sticking out 3-dimensionally, and it broke. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we were able to salvage it, but we decided to retire it to the storage unit.
Yeah, out of fear that it was going to just get completely destroyed. Yeah. So then the evolution kind of started. That license plate that came from St. Pete. Mm-hmm. That was at Clearwater Beach. It was at Clearwater Beach. Yeah. So Clearwater Beach is where our Newstate came from, and all those stickers, as you can see, we are really racking up magnets. Excuse me. Sorry, all those magnets. We are really racking up a lot. Yeah, because we've been collecting them now at every single national park. So that's all stuff from the route this year, which is really amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot. I do have a couple favorites back there. I'm not gonna lie.
So Loopy asked how chilly it is where we are, and we've actually had some really warm days. So it had been really cold in the Pacific Northwest for several weeks. I feel like. Yeah.
Ironically, so I'm in thick flannel.
I have my flannel down here.
Yeah, I'm in thick flannel, and Caitlin's in it.
But Friday it was almost 80 degrees. Mm-hmm. Yesterday it was in the 70s. Today it's in the upper 60s, low 70s. Yeah. It's beautiful out. So we've had some really nice weather here in Oregon. So I'm hoping that I know there's some rain coming for the beginning of the week, but I'm hoping by the time the eclipse happens next weekend that we'll have some good weather. So
yeah, well, and you know, it is fall, right? I mean, it's fall, y'all. You know, the all the basic stuff is out. I mean, you can get your pumpkin spice lattes, PSLs. PSLs are available. So it does kind of make sense. The weather is a little up and down and up and down. This is kind of that, you know, the weird time of year. Wagner's, by the way, hey guys, they love our license plate. Thank you. I think those are awesome.
Yeah.
Totally awesome. And the guy makes them. In fact, it's in our video. I think it's the second video, maybe, that we did from St. Pete Clearwater, like 2 years ago. And you can actually see, I mean, the guy literally like drills them in, and he has all these cut out, and he was just like, what do you want it to say? And, you know, he did ask us if we had preferences on certain states, but he can't promise that he can integrate certain states. But in that is actually one from Hawaii, because that's where we got married. There's one from Florida, of course, because that's where we're traveling from. So it's got some cool nostalgia, cool things up there. So okay. So do we want to talk about what?
I know, I'm like, which direction do we go?
I was gonna say, I'm like, do we just on the cool. Let's see. So currently leading is Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier is currently in number 1. Followed by Olympic, Crater Lake, and then East Coast Parks is only getting 15%. That's really disappointing right now. But yeah, we're very excited. So yeah, we're going to talk about those parks. We're going to talk about what we're going to be doing for the rest of the fall. Where we're going to be. What, Scout?
I don't know if you guys could hear the noise she just made.
Scout's really talkative right now. This is a good. You know, would be fun to do Newstate meet and greet somewhere. Well, hey, I'll just like skip way ahead. In January, we will be back at the Florida RV Super Show. And I know that we will be doing at least a meet and greet of some kind at the Winnebago booth. I don't know exactly when during the show, but we will be doing a meet and greet then. So I know that one, but maybe we might be able to squeeze something else in before that. We'll see.
I know.
I'm making promises.
That's on our list, that ever-growing list that I feel like we always have of stuff we want to definitely do in 2024.
Yeah.
You know, more meetups or some sort of like fun event where we can all get together and do that. That would be fun.
We love meeting you guys. And it's been really fun. Like, dang, West Side. Oh, West Side. Oh, as far as I think there's a lag. So I'm guessing that's about maybe the poll.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
I'm like, but anyway, so yeah, but that is something that we would love to be able to do more of. And you know, stay tuned. We'll talk a little bit about and tease maybe a little bit about what's going on with 2024. is going to be different than this year. And Scout is playing with her toys. Hang
If
on.
you guys were on the last live, you remember she did this. She pulled all her toys out. Yeah, we're excited to be back at the Florida Super Show. But I think we're going to talk about national parks first before we get into that.
Yeah.
So yeah, the next couple. So we've been up in the Pacific Northwest. After what was our last video we released? Lassen Volcanic.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys watch that one? That, as we talked about in the video, ended up being a real gem of a park for us. Like, we loved it. Had never heard of it prior to doing research for the series, and we're really blown away by it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
It was what I really liked about Lassen in particular was, well, first of all, we would have never, as you said, would have never found out about it without the tour. But also, if you're looking for geothermals and you're not looking for crowd, that is a great option. Great option. It's a beautiful park.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's super cool. Obviously, everybody's familiar with Yellowstone, and they know about like all the geothermals of Yellowstone. But come to Lassen, you got the place almost to yourself.
Yeah.
And all 4 types of volcanoes. I was excited. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a great park.
Yeah. So that was our most recent video. But coming up next is Crater Lake.
Yeah, so that's Oregon's only national park.
Yes.
And we were really excited for that one. A little teaser of that one. It was very smoky when we were there.
Yeah.
Very, very smoky. And so that impacted our visit a little bit. But it was still like to be able to see the why are you laughing?
Just keep going. Yeah.
The lake is beautiful. It is the deepest lake in North America.
It is.
And it's a vibrant blue color. And
Yep.
it's a really cool park. It's a pretty small footprint. So, you know, if you're passing through the area and you have a little bit of time, or if you're coming to Eclipse Fest, it's like right where Eclipse Fest is. I think it's like 30 minutes away.
It's quite close. Yeah.
So that was a really cool national park. After that.
Well, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Just real quick, I want to talk about with Crater Lake. So Crater Lake, for me, you know, we've had, knock on wood, we've had actually good weather, and we've had good success at like every park this year. It's actually been amazing. I actually thought that Crater Lake was going to be the one that was finally like our first actual fail, like something where it just wasn't going to happen. The weather, with the fires, because there's fires. There are several fires. I think even
Still?
no, that at the
there,
time,
yeah,
that are like either within the park boundary or just outside the park boundary, and so it was extremely smoky. But what's interesting too about that is if you end up in a situation like we did, it can change dramatically. Like the one day when we were there, it was like beautiful blue skies. And then afternoon, it got very smoky.
Yeah, it was just like so fast how it changed.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that we had a couple hours of mostly clear sky, because the color of that lake is just incredible. It is so vibrant. And we talk in the video a little bit about that and why it has such a vibrant blue color. But it's just, it's a really cool place. There are no inlets or outlets leading to the lake. It's an isolated lake in the crater of a volcano.
Right. It's all snow and rain.
Yeah.
Yeah. That entire, and so also that means that it doesn't really change too much, right? Like the level of it stays pretty consistent. There's some evaporation, obviously, but like it's a relatively consistent lake. But yeah, that's so cool. So anyways, that's Crater Lake. And then go ahead, Caitlin.
Oh, and then after that, we went to Washington State. And we went to Mount Rainier, which I was really excited about. There was a lot of that national park that I just didn't even know until we got there. Like the fact that there are glaciers on the mountain. Didn't know that.
No?
No, and I said it in the video. I had started editing that one. And I didn't know. I thought it was just like snow capped or snow covered. I didn't know there were actual glaciers.
No, there are different glaciers there. That was a really cool part, and I'm excited because for again, like Pacific Northwest, that's been kind of a bucket list thing for us. We really haven't spent much time at all in the Pacific Northwest, so getting to do national parks at least this year, and then maybe like next year we'll come back and explore some more. Could be fun. Rainier is very, very cool, and then the third so. Coming up in 3 episodes will be Olympic, and Olympic National Park was awesome. And that is such a fascinating park. If you've been, let us know in the comments, but we we didn't know exactly what to expect for that park, and the variety and the depth of different types of experiences that you can do all within one national park is incredible.
Yeah, it's like multiple national parks within one.
It is, yeah, because you got the rainforest, you have the hold on, I don't want to mess this up. So
I know it's quiz time for Howard.
you got the beaches.
Yep.
You've got the rainforest. You have the alpine,
the high alpine.
High alpine.
Yeah,
that was really cool. What am I missing?
I think that was it. There's
okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
3
So those are the 3
systems.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the mountains. Yeah.
But man, the just seeing a rainforest, honestly, like that. We had seen, I think, are they called temperate rainforests, Caitlin?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'd seen a small one in Alaska, but nothing to the degree of Olympic. Olympic was absolutely incredible. Donnie, hi from Don. We're still at Olympic.
Oh, good.
Awesome.
I saw something for your photos, and it looks like you guys had great weather. We had iffy weather when we were there. Yeah, it's like just incredibly good. There's so much variety. I think we spent, were we there 5 or 7 days?
It's one of the longest we've ever spent in a park. Yellowstone, which you guys are seeing Yellowstone already. Yellowstone was, I think, our longest in the tour. So much to see and do. Olympic, honestly, I wanted to make sure that we had enough time to explore all these various areas. It's a really large park.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing too about Olympic was that there's kind of the ring road. There's like the 101 that goes around it, but like you have to drive in, like spokes on a wheel.
Right.
Like there's no way to cross the park in any way. And so, I mean, besides hiking, which we're not about to do that. That's too much hike.
Like through hike? No. You guys have seen our hiking abilities. We are.
Hey, we can hike.
Not like that.
No, not like that, but we can hike. We can definitely hike.
Was it
our audio is going in and out.
Let us know if it gets better, gets worse.
Okay.
Let's keep talking. There's a hike in Mount Rainier that is like 100 some miles. I guess too far away.
No, we're right next to it.
Yeah, it's right here.
It's literally right here.
Better?
Hold on. Let me see. Okay, keep talking.
But yeah, there's this amazing hike. I think it's called, I can't remember what it's called actually, but there's several thousand feet of elevation. You are hiking, I think, 100 miles through the park, and we watched the park film in Mount Rainier, and they talked about it. And I say in the video, like, Howard and I will probably never do something like that in our lifetime, but what a hike to be able, like, if you've done that, that's an amazing accomplishment.
I just turned off. Apparently, there's something where like it's still having issues.
Check. Going in and out. It's the Newstate Nomads live remix. It sounds and looks like this thing. Is it the No, it had a different name. It wasn't called the Pacific Crest Trail. But that one, do you think it's our connection? What are we connected to?
No, we can't. It's
the quieter we talk, the clearer it is. Should we whisper?
The quieter we talk, the clearer it is.
Huh. Was it okay in the beginning and then?
Okay.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, let us know if it was.
I'm wondering if it's like. Try turning that off.
Like it's over amplified. So.
Was
it okay and then it started to get weird, or has it been weird from the beginning? Let us know. Because we didn't change anything. It's interesting.
No, nothing changed.
Sorry, guys.
And it's supposed to be automatic anyway.
In the beginning. It's better now. Okay. Keep going.
Well, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna power through. There's 114 of you.
I know.
Gosh, guys.
Maybe we were too far away. It could have been that fan. Who knows?
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, the mic is in the same spot it's been since the beginning, so I don't know.
Okay. All right. Thanks,
overall,
guys.
not terrible. Occasionally cuts in and out throughout, but can understand everything. Okay.
Appreciate the feedback.
Well, thank you, guys.
We can't, like when you're talking to a fan. Did you ever used to do that as a kid?
Yeah.
You'd sound like robotic.
Maybe it was.
Could be.
Maybe it was picking up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Well, we're back.
Turn the fan off.
Yes.
All right. So Yeah, so those are the, go ahead.
Yeah, those are the next parks we filmed. So that we wrapped our 31st park filming. Yeah, which is amazing. Absolutely amazing. So
I still think, it's still a little bit up in the air as far as how the rest of the year is going to shake out for national parks. But we're definitely hitting that window now where like some parks are just starting to close portions of the park. Ranger programs are starting to end. So we are definitely in that period now where like tough decisions are going to have to be made. But still, if we're able to, we're at 31 now, we might finish somewhere around 40 or whatever. That's still an amazing accomplishment for 1 year.
Okay, good. Oh, my grandma's watching. Hi, Nanny.
Okay, awesome. As long as it passes the nanny test, I mean, really,
she says it's good.
That's all you need.
So then after those national parks, we go to the east, and we're gonna knock some of those.
Oh wait,
off.
well, Eclipse Fest.
Eclipse Fest, yes. So we'll talk about Eclipse Fest. So, is anybody planning to come to Eclipse Fest in? I don't know how to pronounce the name. Chiloquin. It's near Klamath, Oregon. Klamath Falls, Oregon.
Yes, near Klamath Falls, Oregon, kind of near Crater Lake. So we'll be there. Also, Smash Mouth will be there.
Yeah. Also, RV Love.
RV Love will be there. Technomedia. And hopefully you guys. No, we'll be there. I think it's like Tuesday until Sunday.
Yeah, so that is
10th, right?
Eclipse Fest is obviously for the eclipse.
Yep.
No, we'll be there till the 15th. The eclipse is on the 14th.
Yes. The eclipse on the 14th. Yeah. So it's the 10th through the 15th, I think, is Eclipse Fest formally.
And there are still camping sites available, or there's day passes and all festival passes. There's going to be all kinds of fun events. I know Harvest Host is sponsoring a family movie night, and
I think Thousand Trails is also
they're giving away the.
I didn't want to say, is that true? Is that what they're giving? Okay, yeah. I didn't want to be like, hey, Thousand Trails is doing this.
Thousand Trails, like, we're not doing anything. So the special glasses that you have to wear in order to safely look at the eclipse, because you never want to look directly at it. So they are giving away, I think, the first 5,000 glasses. The Weather Channel is going to be broadcasting. Like, this is a big, like, once in a generation event. This type of eclipse. I think it's an annular eclipse.
It is an annular eclipse.
We're going to learn all about it.
We're going to learn so much at Eclipse Fest. But yeah, and it just so happens that this area is in that band where we actually have like perfect
it's like visible for several minutes. It's like as long as the weather holds.
It's like 4 minutes, I think 4 or 5 minutes. It's amazing. So yeah, that'll be super fun. Okay, so after Eclipse Fest.
Yes, then we have, I think, 4 days to get across the country to the East Coast.
Yeah, so we're going to be upcoming parks for us, like so Mammoth we'll be doing Mammoth Cave. We'll be doing New River Gorge.
Yes, I think Cody, I believe, on Instagram asked us if we could do a video on New River Gorge. The answer is yes, we are doing. I'm actually very excited about that park. That is one of the newest national parks, and there are a lot of really cool things. There's this bridge walk that you can do out under the bridge, which is one of the tallest and longest of its kind in the U.S. So I'm going to conquer my favorite heights, because you guys, if you've watched it in other episodes, I am not the biggest fan of walking out under bridges like Howard so often makes me do. I found myself in these
I'm going to make a compilation of videos where we really challenge each other, and not just Katelyn, but like me too, and we like challenge each other, and that's definitely one for Katelyn, is the heights / suspension bridges. Definitely taken Katelyn on suspension bridges. She's been a
but after I get back on the ground, I'm always glad that I have conquered that fear and done it.
Right.
So yeah, we will be doing that. There's several other national parks. Shenandoah. So I'm from Virginia and have never really, like, I've driven part of like Skyline Drive and done like little hikes.
I think we did a day hike. We did a day hike in Shenandoah.
When we were living in Virginia. But yeah, so that's another one we're going to check off.
Yeah.
Hot Springs.
Yeah.
Congaree.
Smoky, Great Smoky Mountains.
Just listed them off.
Yeah. We're going to be doing the East Coast, or a number of the East Coast parks. And yeah, it's just, honestly, depending on weather as far as like for the ones we haven't mentioned already. So we should see. But My best guess is somewhere. Oh, Chiefs win.
Is Taylor Swift there though? That's all I need to know.
But what I want to know is, did the Bengals win their game? Hold on a second.
Football break.
They
I
did.
guess I saw.
Oh, good. Okay.
I think Shannon said, yep, Mammoth and New River Gorge. So we've never, is New River, what's it called? Red River Gorge. Red River Gorge.
No,
Red River Gorge is not a.
Red River is a Kentucky.
Right. I know. I was saying Shannon said that.
Oh,
would be
yes.
near her, but we've never done Red River Gorge, which is not a national park.
It is not.
But well,
I
actually,
think it's a. Yeah, but anyway.
Is it a state park?
No, I think I don't know. I don't know.
All we know is it's not.
I went
a national
there
park.
when I was a kid in Boy Scouts.
I didn't know that.
We did a camping trip to Red River Gorge. It's beautiful, beautiful park. But Road Fronts Houday. Yes, Houday, exactly. Bengals won. It was 34-20. Bengals. So the Cardinals.
Scout says hi to everyone. She weasel her way up here.
So it's a state park.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. So that would be one that we will not be doing this year.
Next year we'll be in Kentucky next year.
We will be in Kentucky for reasons we can't tell you yet. But anyway, so yeah, that's kind of I think we're going to be somewhere in the high 30, almost 40. I think is what we're going to end up checking out for the remainder of the year. And then we will see about next year, about finishing out.
Because we won't have too many left.
Mm-mm. No, it'd be really close.
Reading your comments. Everybody says hi to Scout.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Arvy. Scout can't wait to meet Arvy. So yeah, our goal right now is to finish filming the national park by Thanksgiving. So then we'll have that content to finish out the year. But then we're looking forward to taking a break.
Yeah. Little known fact, we've really pushed ourselves this year, as we mentioned earlier. So yeah, we thought that it would be a good idea for us to kind of bake in some time off. And so we're going to try and take off the entire month of December, and it'll be a whole lot of fun. You have to finish them all regardless of how long it takes. That's very true.
Right. It's like you have to. You can't.
We just have to. Yeah.
You can't just finish. You stop that
right.
far into it. Yeah.
Right.
We've got to.
Yeah.
We've got to do it.
So anyway, talking about December, as pretty much tradition now, we'll be heading towards the southeast. We'll probably be in Florida for most of December, into January, and then January, of course, will be the Tampa show. We have some really cool news. We just can't talk about it yet regarding next year.
Yes. Our original, it's so funny because I feel like our plans are constantly changing, right? Originally, when we were looking at what we wanted to do this winter, and we knew that we were going to need a break from all the filming and everything, we were going to go back into Mexico, which I was really excited about. And we were just going to kind of go down there, maybe do a couple of cities, just like roll it, take our time, just enjoy it. And then things changed, and some really exciting things came up that kind of made us reevaluate, and that has us needing to be in a certain area at a certain time. So
that's good. That was super solid. She literally said nothing but made it sound like something.
I know.
We just can't talk about it yet.
Right.
We can't talk about it yet.
PR, So yeah, but we're looking forward. We're gonna spend the holidays probably with family in Florida, and that'll be really nice.
Yep.
And maybe get down to the Florida Keys and soak up some sunshine and not do a darn thing.
Yeah. we're literally gonna try and take like almost an entire month if we can off. And then come January is going to be at the Florida RV Super Show. And we love that. And it's always so great because we get to see so many of you guys. It's like a big reunion every year.
Really
feels like a reunion party.
Right. Well, and then there's, so many of our RV friends, like, other YouTubers who are going to be there and everything too. So it's like reunion on that side too. So yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Another dog. I can with confidence say that no, it's not another dog. Although I would have 15 more dogs if I could, but
Well,
A lot just popped up. She's like, absolutely not. Hello. You guys want to see Ella? Come here. No. She's like, no, I'm very comfortable where I am. But yeah, it won't be another dog. No. Yeah. And we do end up having to change our plans. Yeah, every year. Always.
Well, I think in many ways, I think, RVing really is a great way to, if you're not the kind of person who feels comfortable changing your plans, start RVing, because RVing will make you change your plans. You outside your comfort zone. Because things happen all the time, and extra especially when you're trying to like weave in, because we're doing projects with like third parties and partnerships and things like that, and so like we do have to be fluid a lot of times, and sometimes things like, I don't know, manufacturing delays, like if it's something regarding like an RV or a product or whatever, like you never know, and they say, oh, hopefully it'll be ready on on this date, and actually it ends up being several months later. So yeah
what is that word from 2020 we all learned to use so much? Pivot. You have to be able to pivot. Remember that was like the word of the year 2020.
Pivoting. Yeah, when a barber salon suddenly starts selling grilled cheese out front, you pivot. You pivot because you can't cut hair right. So, we're not cutting hair, and we're not also selling grilled cheese.
No.
So also, if that was on your bingo card as far as what we're doing next year, that's not.
I've offered to cut Howard's hair many times, especially when we were in Mexico in quarantine, and it had gotten so long. I was like, look, I can watch some YouTube videos. I can figure this out. He was like, I'm good. I'm good. I don't know why you don't trust me.
I don't know. Have you ever cut hair?
Yeah.
See, Katelyn's also a really bad liar, which is so great. So great.
I'm terrible. I'm a terrible liar.
You've never cut hair.
Well, I like when Buzz cut my dad's hair. Well, I did it one time.
Okay. So you're saying like if we got like a Floby or something like that,
I don't know what that is, but sure. Do you guys let your significant other cut your hair?
Yeah.
In fairness, I would not let you cut my hair. So I guess we're even there.
Well, I don't know. I mean, some people are really good at it. Yeah. Like we definitely know there are some like traveling couples who like literally. Oh, see, there you go. I cut Mike's hair. See, yeah. There you go.
And
okay. There you go. See, yeah. Mm-hmm. There is a pattern here. I buzz.
Maybe Howard, you could rock a new buzz cut.
Rock a buzz cut?
Yeah. I don't know. We could just do the beard. Fun fact: when I first met Howard, he did not have a beard. Can you believe that?
Yeah. Wait, I just want to yeah.
So I'll have to look that up.
It is. In fact, actually, Wayne's World makes fun of it. That's even better. Yeah, that's exactly right.
You get it, Shannon.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, hair always grows back, right? Yeah, the Floby was basically this. It was like a vacuum attachment type of thing where it attached to your vacuum, and so it would cut and then suck the hair in.
Wow. All right. Never.
Yeah. Okay. Let's jump to some questions.
Yeah.
How about
that?
Have questions,
because how did you two meet?
Yeah, this is perfect. How did you two meet? Well, we met on a roller coaster. It is true. We actually met at the opening of Fury 325 at Carowinds in Charlotte. At the time, we were both working for the same company, Cedar Fair, which I worked for the parent company. Katelyn worked for the Park of Virginia. And one of my responsibilities was helping and producing these events for like big openings, big announcements, things like that. It just so happened this was a really big roller coaster project. And so they had invited all of the communications so that all the PR teams from all the parks came to help out, because there was press from all over the world. There were literally like crews from Japan and Europe and everything. It was a big deal. And so Katelyn was there, and that's how we actually met initially. fast forward much later than that is when we actually started dating, but that was actually where we met.
Yeah, I had
So we met on the roller
seen
coaster.
Howard's email, like his name in like emails and stuff. So I was like, oh, you're Howard from corporate. Cool.
Yep.
That is how we met.
Yeah,
Opening a
Barbara,
roller coaster.
great question.
Yes.
Great question. Okay.
Still riding a roller coaster, yeah. And then Howard's vows when we got married were roller coaster themed. They were so great.
Can I just say that, like, part of me was like, this might be cliche, because I feel like a lot of people use the roller coaster analogy to talk about marriage, but like the truth is we met on a roller coaster.
Yeah,
you know, like that we worked in amusement parks. That is truly like how, in fact, actually within 5 minutes of us meeting for the first time, not dating, but the first time meeting, there's actually a photo of us, and I'm sure we can't pull it up right now, but like, but there's a photo of us seated like on the roller coaster within 5 minutes of meeting, which is pretty cool. So there's actually documented evidence of the very first time that we ever met.
Yeah, I thought your vows were perfect. They were great. They were very
sweet. All right, let's see. Are you millennials or Gen X? Oh, well, Victory 1981 is your name, so I'm guessing this is a very tight question for Victory 1981, because probably they were born in 1981. That's my guess. So I technically am Gen X, but Gen Xers don't seem to accept me because I'm right on the cusp. I'm right on the cusp.
Yeah.
And so, as such, I've pretty much been like adopted as like a geriatric millennial.
I think they're called elder millennials.
Yep. And so that's what I go.
I'm, I think, a like in the middle millennial.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So great question. Great question. Oh, well, because Brian, this is a great question. Have you guys thought of moving to a different class of RV? We actually got to try that this year.
Oh, the Class A, yeah.
We did the Class A. That was really fun. We had a lot of fun trying that out, and particularly when it's like kind of a no strings type of situation where it's like, you know, we can try this out for a period of time, knowing that our Navion, you know, where we are right now, was back in storage. So that was really fun. Yes, I think I would actually try it again. I think I would try something different.
Yeah, I think it would be fun to try different things. I feel like the Class A, we really did enjoy the extra space. I think that down the line, because we have no intention of not our
I just wanted to go ahead.
We have no intention of stopping arguing anytime soon. Mm-hmm. And so I think, you know, once our travel style changes maybe, or like farther down the road or something, we could do Class A life again. Mm-hmm. But just for the style of travel and like moving as quickly as we do, it's hard.
It is, but you know what's interesting about that, and I think I said that to somebody, where Class A, so the Vista actually was faster. We found the Vista was actually faster to set up and to tear down, like pack up, than the Navion. Mm-hmm. And I think some of that has to do with like the way that the storage is laid out and everything like that. And so that was interesting. Like that was kind of an interesting thing. Like it actually was beneficial for us.
Yeah, like once you got it parked,
to be in the Class
fast. A. It was really fast.
Yeah, and we loved the space. Yeah. The Class A was a gasser, yes. Yeah. So the Vista is that is Winnebago's Class A. They have several, but it's one of their Class A gassers. Yeah, not a diesel for sure. But I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. I actually really enjoyed it. So yeah, in answer to that, yes, I think I would, and I think we will try different ones. Yeah.
Would we try a B or a B plus? The dogs is always a consideration. We have to have ample amount of floor space for them, especially with Ella being blind now. Like we just have to have separation. So like Scout will hang out back there on her place, mm-hmm. But if Ella starts walking towards her, Scout doesn't know that she's blind, and it'll freak Scout out. So then she'll like run into her bedroom, which is the bathroom. So I just feel like I get concerned about the B like having floor space.
Floor
If
space.
that makes sense.
Like, and by floor space more, it's about like being able to separate and like how the dogs like, kind of all have their own area. That might be a little bit trickier. Yeah.
So I would love to try it out because I think it would be a great way to travel. But that's my concern. Maybe in the future. Yeah. But Piper and Ella just got a clean bill of health. They turned 10 and they're doing well. Little dogs for a long time. So Art keeps telling me when I start to get sad about them not being around for much longer, he's like, I think they're around for many years. Oh yeah. So they're my little nuggets.
I think they're gonna be just fine. Just fine. Now as far as like, would we ever try like a truck camper or a towable product? No. I mean, I'm not outwardly opposed to any type of RV. Front engine diesel?
Oh, sorry, thanks.
We like our Class A front engine diesel. So like, is it a Tiffin or a who else make Newmar? Tiffin and Newmar, I think, both made front engine diesels. Is it one of those? I've never actually seen one. I know that they exist. I've never seen one. I'm not sure if they still currently make them.
Yeah.
Tiffin. Okay. Yeah. Allegro Bay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what it was. Okay.
I was gonna go back up to this question.
Sure. This one?
Yeah. Okay. So this is always the challenge. How do you stay fit if hiking your only workout? That's always a challenge on the road, especially I feel like because you guys know Howard and I love to eat. We love to eat out. We love to find great local restaurants, and we also love to cook too. But there's just something about finding a cool just local spot to try the local cuisine. Like we've been eating a lot of chowder up here in the Pacific Northwest, a lot. So that's always hard. So yeah, we try obviously to stay fit and active doing hiking. We were just doing our friends Chris and Aaron, Irene Iron Travels. So healthy RV living is their thing, right? And so we were just doing her fall challenge, and that's strength training and just lifting weights. All of those are designed to do in a small space. So even if it's raining outside, like we can do our weightlifting workouts and that kind of stuff.
I will also say that it's not just weights, because there's a point when you sign up where it says, do you want to do it with weights? Do you want to do it with bands, or do you want to do it with just no equipment? And so then at that point, it becomes more about like using your own body weight when you're working out. So you truly can do those workouts without any equipment.
We have their weight that, how do I describe this?
They're like
multiple stages of weights in
yeah,
one.
they're the ones where they have the slide.
Yeah.
So you can increase, you can dial up or dial down the amount of weight. Yeah. So we do travel with those.
Yeah. So we do that, walking the dogs, playing with the dogs. So it's always, it's a balance. It's a challenge, I feel like, to make sure you're staying fit and all that. It's helped a lot doing the national parks, because just by what they are in nature, like we have to be out hiking and doing things. So that helps. Oh, I think I just saw.
Sorry. It moved right as I.
Penelope's question. Right there.
This one.
Yes.
That's it. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I have.
We were outside of Seattle for a little bit.
I wanted to pick this because it's so funny, because the question was like, how do you guys stay fit? It's like, well, the secret is eating fish and chips.
Right. It's all about balance. It really is.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. So Ivers has a spicy fish and chips as well. So they have like 2 different batters that you can get. And I really love the spicy fish and chips, which I know it's not like traditional at all, but man, it was really good.
It was really good. Yes, we ate there a couple of times.
And their chowder is awesome.
And their story is really cool.
It is.
It was like a local place like down in Seattle on the water. And they've expanded, but yes, we definitely ate there several times. Lots of fish and chips, lots of chowder.
Oh yeah.
Good local pizza, all kinds of good stuff we've had.
We find, you know how we are. We find
the food.
We find the food.
Right. And that's been really fun and interesting too in the national parks, is finding national parks that have really good, amazing food.
Yeah.
In our Mount Rainier episode, they have a wonderful dining room in their lodge,
Mhm.
and we got to try out several of the dishes there. And oh my gosh, guys, so good.
Steven, real quick. Okay.
No.
So first of all, we love Homer. We've been to Homer multiple times. Love Alaska. If you, for those of you, if you haven't seen our series, we did a whole series in 2021 in Alaska. It's actually one of our favorite places. We loved it so much. We have literally spent, and this is all just statistic type of thing, but we have spent 20% of the total amount of time that we've been on the road in Alaska. Boom. Amazing, right?
Pretty good fact you're dropping
20,
right there.
20%. But anyway, we'd love to do that. I will confess to you though, Stephen, I'm not a good fisherman. So you'd have to be very patient with me, and you'd have to help me know and understand how to do it, because otherwise I'm going to look ridiculous as I.
If you go back and watch one of our really old videos.
But I would do that. I would.
No.
I'd go back on a heartbeat.
Oh, thank you for the super chat,
Mark.
Mark.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. No, we really appreciate it. And super chats, if you don't know what they are, it's literally just that. It's like a tip of the hat. You can often type in a little comment or whatever if you want. If you have a burning question that you want to make sure that we get to, super chat. Thank you, Mark. Really appreciate
it. Howard
Steve.
Oh.
Well,
we will teach you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Because I tried.
Man.
It did not go well. That's actually one of my grandma. We were just talking about this the other day. It's one of my grandma's favorite episodes was when Howard tried to fish, because it was hilarious. Hilarious. Goodness gracious.
You know how it goes. Let's see. Oh, this is kind of funny. So, did you find the terrarium? Remember, because it was like a mud pot. And, was it a cactus mud pot terrarium?
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That would be awesome. Although probably a little dangerous for the RV. But yeah, I just love the mud pots. Like they, to me, the beautiful geothermal features like the hot springs and the pools and all that are great too, don't get me wrong. But there's just something super cool about the mud pots and like hearing the gurgling and all of that. I love them. Oh
yeah.
Okay, if you guys have not seen, these were again like our original videos, our Honda commercials. So when we bought that, what year was that? 1990.
It was a 1997 Honda CRV. We bought it in 2020.
An original picnic table. We bought it before we went into Mexico.
Yeah.
And
because we were looking for something we could tow flat. And we had heard that road conditions and everything, could be rough on vehicles in Mexico, and so we didn't want to buy a new vehicle only to basically break it down. The irony is that the previous summer we had not flat towed, but on a dolly we had taken our Hyundai Santa Fe Sport all the way up and back to Alaska, and it survived fine. And by the way, the Honda CRV survived totally. But we made a bit of a commercial. So if you go on to our channel, go way back, and it's called best
flat
tow car, I think is the title of it. And there is a spoof video.
Remember, it's very early.
Oh, I'm proud of that.
No, the commercial's great. The rest of it.
I'm proud of that.
Denise, thank you so much. We've loved the National Park series. We are so glad to hear that, because it's a labor of love, this National Park series, and a lot. So we're really glad that people are enjoying them, and our goal is just to always help people plan and discover new things, or if they can't get out to a national park, they're able to learn a little bit about it through our videos, and that's been very awesome and very rewarding. So we love hearing that.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, the picnic table, man. I will tell you tragically no, and the reason why we don't have it anymore is because it doesn't fit in the new one. Honda, no peer pressure, but Honda, if you're listening right now, you've made a tragic error. You stopped with picnic tables, and I don't know what you were thinking, because that was an awesome feature. We used that so much during the pandemic when we
had it out all the time.
All the time. fine.
Yeah, it ended up being just like a little cocktail hour, like table or work outside. Scout, when we found Scout down in Mexico, I remember peering out the RV window and she was sitting on top of that table.
Yeah.
I have a really cute picture from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. And then when that car died, so when the 97? When the 97 died, we took it to like a junkyard in Virginia, and we had this moment of like, should we take the pic, because we knew they were just going to scrap it. It was done. Like, do we take the picnic table out? But
yeah, I just Dragon's Mouth
that
Train.
one was so cool. The sound of it, like, and it really was roaring like a dragon, and all the gurgling and everything. It was so cool, so cool.
You could have strapped it on the ladder rack. I know.
You could have.
I know.
Oh gosh.
Like I said, Honda, if you're listening, I think there's an opportunity here. You can make good.
Bring it back.
Because look, all it was, the picnic table was just the top of the storage compartment for the spare tire. The spare tire was on the bottom, just exactly like it is, I think, even today. In fact, it is. That's where it is right now in the newer CRV that we have. But they got rid of the picnic table as the cover, and it was literally a picnic table. If you haven't seen the video, man,
Go watch it.
Go watch that.
Oh. With the table.
I know.
One time.
Okay.
Let's see. Any other questions? Okay. Any plans to head down to Baja California when winter hits? We're heading that way in February, March. Baja is still on our list. I feel like we've had plans again.
I know, and we've done mainland. And it's funny because typically I feel like most people start with Baja because they perceive Baja as easier, quicker, safer,
like
fill in the blank,
logistically.
Right, and so people do Baja first, and then we'll maybe attempt to do mainland Mexico. We did the opposite. We did mainland Mexico first. I would love to go. I will say when I lived in California, I've gone down the Baja Peninsula multiple times, and I even tent camped down parts of the Baja Peninsula as well. So I'm down. I mean,
we won't be.
It's not going to be
this winter.
Maybe this winter.
Yeah,
but maybe next winter.
Yeah. There's still so much. We would love to go back into Mexico in general, and explore. There's just so much. We had so much more planned for our time in Mexico, and then everybody knows what happened in 2020 changed everything.
Right.
So there's still a lot more that we would want to go back, and I feel like too we've just there's a lot more stories that we would want to tell from Mexico, and the way that our channel has evolved and our style and how we've kind of honed a certain style of storytelling. Like, it would be so fun to go back and be able to like revisit certain areas and do more in-depth storytelling and interviews, and like, I don't know, I would love that.
Yeah,
love that.
We love doing the interviews, and it's so rare, honestly, that you see that type of storytelling, at least particularly on YouTube. And so it is really fun and fulfilling for us to be able to like kind of fulfill that niche, if you will, of storytelling. It's fun.
Yeah, because it's the people that make the places so great, Yeah.
I just real quick, just a shout out to our Christmas series.
Oh yeah, yay! Jekyll Island. Oh yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's all. Just a quick shout out. Just a shout out to the series.
Christmas in the South. That was so fun. That was really fun. It was definitely
it's not like we've lost our mojo, people. It's just that like we're this year our focus has been on the national parks.
I just said to Howard the other day, I was like, I'm excited. Like, the national parks have been great, but it's all consuming, right? And it's a certain style of filming and storytelling and that kind of stuff. And I am excited to get back into other types of
and being able to kind of like bounce between, like next year is going to be a really interesting mix for us. And once you hear more about it, it'll make a lot more sense. But I think it'll be a cool mix because we'll be able to kind of, we can still pick up some of the national parks and also do some other things and some other stuff that we can talk about,
soon.
Yeah.
Soon. Yes, we did Crater Lake. We talked about it a little bit at the beginning, but I don't know if it was when that lag happened. But yeah, we did Crater Lake.
Oh wait,
briefly. What?
Checking into the festival Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't know why it's here She said it was in incognito mode, I think.
Oh, that's why.
I don't know.
Apologies because
We can't see your name.
your name doesn't come in. But awesome. Yeah. Well, we hope to see you at the festival. That'd be awesome.
And you'll love Crater Lake. It's a super cool park.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you'll have better weather than we did. We can always go back because we're going to be right there.
For sure. Okay, let's see.
So, here we go. See the one? We grew up with Glacier in our backyard and Yellowstone in the front yard. Those are, like 2 epic parks. So what's your favorite park and why? So people ask us this all the time.
No comment. I feel like this is like,
it's
damned if you do, damned if you don't.
That's really, it's like trying to pick a favorite dog or a favorite child.
Well, I'm always going to throw out the wild card, which is like I really liked some of the Alaskan parks, which are not part of the series. So like Kenai Fjord, Wrangell St. Elias is amazing because the town of McCarthy is inside of it.
That is a super cool park.
That's a super cool park.
Yeah.
And and those are both parks that we've done twice. Yellowstone, we've done Yellowstone twice. That's how much we really liked it. It's hard. It's really hard to be like, what's your favorite part?
It is. There's definitely parts that have surprised us, like Lassen Volcanic.
Oh yeah,
I just love when I look at the episodes that we've done. I will say one of my favorite episodes has been Redwoods. I just really liked the mystical, like magical feeling of the redwoods, like ancient trees that are so old, and then we were so close to the coastal elk, and the ranger who's actually from the state park. I just loved his passion and the way that he was talking about these redwoods and just how special they are and how so few of them are left when you look at the bigger picture of those forests. So that was one of my favorite episodes for sure.
I loved Redwood.
Yeah, it was really a really special one.
Okay, I'll turn that on its head, like because sometimes we get a question where like, well, what's your least favorite park? And it's like, well, I think that there are parks that we have now gone to several times that probably it won't be top of the list for us to do like another like really quick return back to it. Joshua Tree is probably one of them, even though I know Kayla loves Joshua trees and she loves cactus, and they're both of those things inside of that park. But like we've gone multiple times now, and so I have a feeling that that's probably one that we would wait on, not necessarily to say that it's like our least favorite or anything like that.
Yeah,
so
that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah. So I just wanted to just do this one because this is a shout out to Grateful Clamper. Is it safe to assume Theodore Roosevelt did not make the cut this year? It's not, and that was because of what we were discussing earlier about schedule. We just had to start making choices as far as what parks to try and still prioritize to finish this year.
And
because we can easily pick back up Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Like Wind Cave, we actually have to do Wind Cave. We talked about that, I think, in the last live.
Yeah, we were permitted to do. It got really weird when we were up there after the National Rally, just from like there were things happening with parks and with weather, and so we had planned to do Badlands and Wind Cave because they're right there, and then hit I think because Theodore Roosevelt.
Right.
Wind Cave's elevator system went down, and so
so if the elevator goes down, you cannot go into the cave.
So we decided to pump that one. So some of those like we'll hopefully get to knock off next year and visit. So I did not make the cut this year.
And as you know, this is Teddy Roosevelt this is Grateful Clamper's favorite national park.
If you guys ever see Grateful Clamper, Ben and Charity, or watch one of their videos, just tell them that you heard.
Ask them about
Theodore Roosevelt.
Ask them about Theodore Roosevelt and about why. Ask them why they love Theodore Roosevelt. And if you don't know what we're referring to with that, I'll try and drop a link in to the description later. There was a live that we did with the cast of RV Unplugged, where people were asking us about upcoming parks and all that kind of stuff, and Charity had a lot to say about Theodore Roosevelt. And a
lot of people defended that park. It was a very, very funny moment.
Yes, they did.
Very
funny
moment. Isle Royale is another one that just because of weather and the way that things got pushed and how our route is taking us over the East Coast, we have to wait until hopefully next year for that one.
And that has to do a lot with their season. That's a very short
And
season
Voyager's
park.
still
Voyager,
there.
same thing.
Mhm.
It's a short season park. So that's gonna be another one that's gonna be, well, for sure, it's gonna be next year for that park as well.
Yeah. This is actually, I'm going to put this one on the screen just to talk about this a little bit. We were actually talking about this yesterday.
Oh yes.
And, I think there are really cool elements. There's reasons that these are still national parks out east, right? Like everybody
Absolutely.
thinks of the big vistas and the mountains of Glacier and the geothermal hot springs of Yellowstone. But yeah, these smaller parks are really magical in their own way. And so we're going to do our best to like find what those stories are and showcase why they're national parks in the first place and why they should get equal attention to these bigger parks. And yeah, it is a challenge, right? It's hard to kind of to keep the momentum going, right, and the excitement going for us too around that.
It's true. Interestingly, this is, I think, the first time where I haven't brought up Smoky Mountains, but like Great Smoky Mountains was my first national park. We went as a kid every single summer to the Smokies on our way down to family reunion. I grew up in Ohio, and we had a family reunion every year in South Carolina. And so every single year we would stop there. That is intertwined with so many memories of my childhood. It is one of my favorite parks. Does it have the cactus? Does it have the whales? Does it have geothermal features? No. It has a lot of things that make that park special and unique. And I can't wait for us to do that episode.
Yeah. And I think too, because Howard and I are both from, is Ohio considered the East Coast?
Oh, that's another. Please, I feel like I need to put like a helmet on, like for defending myself on this. But like, it's either considered East Coast because it's considered too far east to be in the Midwest.
Okay. Well, and I'm from Virginia, so
yeah,
we grew up in those areas, and so we know what we're walking into and what the topography is like, right? Those sorts of things. So, yeah.
Yep.
Oh. Did you know about that?
See, there you go.
See, we're learning already.
There you go. Haha. See, okay, and there you go. And this is why you can never bring this. That's why you can't.
I poked the bear, right?
You can't do it.
I don't know. All I know is I'm from Virginia and it's the East Coast, so whatever you guys want to fight about Ohio.
Well, let's not even get started because right, here we go. See, there it is. Yep, and it begins.
Too funny.
All good.
Funny.
All good. So,
all right. Well, we've been on for an hour.
Yeah. You want to let's say
5 more minutes?
We'll do the 15 after. This is your 10 and a half. Your 12 minutes, and I'm waiting for the countdown. The 12 minutes. This is your 12-minute warning. There we go. All right. Stay at Elkmont. Yeah, definitely. See, it's in Virginia. Thank you.
It's still the East Coast because Florida is the East Coast.
Folks, we have to stop.
I know.
We got to stop with this.
And this is the nitty gritty.
This is what happens. Anytime, because I feel like there are so many states that are like this in that area. Yeah.
Oh, here's a good question. What was the first national park you went to together? I guess technically it would be Shenandoah. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shenandoah would have been our first national park together.
So when we were living in Virginia, that's what, we would have done.
We did do the Smokies.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Smokies also. In fact, that was our first fall on the road.
Yeah.
So we went to the Smokies and we stayed in Pigeon Forge.
Mm-hmm.
Smokemont, man, you guys are giving me some great memory stuff. Yeah, Elkmont's great. Yeah, some great campgrounds.
See, Ohio's Eastern Time Zone. Thank you.
You know what also is Indiana, and and now have we gone too far? Are we too far west? Isn't that considered the Midwest?
Right. Oh, gracious.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. There was a question that we got. I just want to make sure that we are covering the ones that were asked. We did a story asking for questions
on Instagram.
Instagram.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom because I've been trying to stay super hydrated, which is really important. Go ahead.
Okay. Um, Caitlin's gonna be the one that's gonna be the best to answer this. So I'm gonna pick a different question. Let's see here. See, and there you go. Yeah, there's no winning with this. Yeah, thank you. See, I'm just gonna stall with this. Does Ohio call it soda or pop? Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see. Following this, just finished the Mighty Five in Utah. That's an awesome area. Such an awesome area. It actually does tie into the question that we were asked, which as soon as Caitlin comes out of the bathroom, she's going to answer that. But anyway, the question was, are there dog-friendly activities to do when you are doing Utah Mighty Five? So, Caitlin, the question is regarding dog-friendly activities when you're doing the Utah Mighty Five.
Oh gosh!
Because somebody just said they're following your footsteps about the Mighty Five as well.
That's a tough one because I feel like, hi, Scout.
Okay,
so answer that question.
Let me just say that from a dog-friendly standpoint, those national parks are not necessarily dog-friendly.
Yeah, that was a hard
fact, I'm just running in my head. Zion, no.
It's hard because I just feel like the desert areas, like either it's too hot or there's snakes and tarantulas and things that could be bad for them.
Arches was a no.
Yeah.
Canyonlands,
I don't think we did
no.
much with the dogs there, outside of like walks in the campground and those kinds of things. But we'll think about it.
Yeah.
I do know in our Instagram, like if you go to our Instagram profile, we did an entire blog for Winnebago about dog-friendly national parks and things to do with the dogs, like the dog ranger programs and all of that.
Oh, that's right.
Thank you. Yeah, there we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, the Paw Roots Trail.
That's right.
Yeah, we did do that with Scout. It starts to blend together after a while. It's hard.
Let's see. Okay, I'm just scrolling up through questions.
This is a good one.
Where do you currently call home?
Oh,
right here.
I know.
So we're domiciled in Florida because you have to declare a place as home, even if you travel full time. So we are domiciled in Florida, specifically in the northwest of Florida, kind of near like Panhandle.
It's always complicated when somebody asks. It's like, oh, where are you visiting from? And it's like, well, from all over, from nowhere. It's a hard question to answer. But I will usually say, I'm from Virginia. He's from Ohio. But we live full time on the road. Like that's kind of our general spiel.
Yeah.
So, this one here, if you go back down.
Well, I just wanted to call out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Go up. This one.
This one?
Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good question. You're experienced travelers, but what has surprised you most about this year's National Parks Tour? I think just the level of planning and researching. We always do research places we go, but also with trying to camp inside the national parks, there's a much greater lead time.
Yes.
Or trying to snag cancellations. There's just a lot more planning that goes into visiting an extensive list of national parks. So that's definitely
well, and this is something where we have been planning this tour for almost 2 years, and even with that level of planning, you still can't have contingency for everything. And this year in particular, because of the weather, there's been severe weather issues in the West, and so like Yosemite National Park, you need to reschedule that 4 times. There have been multiple of those types of things, or an elevator breaking at Wind Cave. You can't anticipate everything, and we always knew it was going to be tight if we were going to be able to actually pull off doing all 51 national parks in a single calendar year. Now it's just the reality of, look, a bunch of things happen, and we're still extremely proud of what we have accomplished and what we will accomplish once we finish the year. But yeah, it is. I would say, it requires a lot of planning. Here's what I will also say: that the counter to that is that if you really are looking for a great experience at the national parks, go to the visitor center, talk to the ranger programs. Like those 2 things, you'll have I believe, a profoundly better experience at almost any national park.
And it's really funny too, because I didn't grow up going to national parks. And so once we started traveling, we were going to them, and I remember, I don't know if I talked about this on the last live or not. Howard and I had a very like distinctive conversation in my mind where it was like we had just gone to Big Bend and we had like driven through it. He's like, when we go to these national parks, I want it to be a more immersive experience. I want to go talk to the rangers and want to do these hikes. And I just didn't understand the world of national parks
Right.
like you did, because you grew up going to the Smoky Mountains
Right.
and knew what there was out there, you know, what all they offered.
Mhm.
And so it's so fun to be able to share them on a deeper level and encourage people to go to the ranger programs and
Yeah.
visit the visitor centers and, you know, just kind of explore the national parks at that deeper level, because you're going to, it just makes it that much more special.
Mhm.
Like when we were at Mount Rainier, we were going to do a hike up closer to the mountain, and there's like a network of trails around the visitor center. We didn't know which one to take. We went and talked to the ranger inside the visitor center who gave us a great recommendation on like a much more gradual incline. I was so thankful for that, because we probably would have done the most popular hike that everybody does that is extremely steep up there, but because of his recommendation.
Right. Well, I think about because in addition to that park, Channel Islands, I think we would have had a very different experience if we had not taken the ranger program at Channel Islands. I think the ranger program at the Nike missile site in the Florida Everglades,
definitely
again,
a highlight of the entire tour of the National Parks tour.
Yeah. You know, they made a profound difference in the way in which we experienced and appreciated what was around us.
Yeah.
And that's something and they're free. I mean, like, we have gone, and this is totally true. We've gone on ranger programs. By the way, the reason why you don't see people, or not just a lot of people, but people, is because as part of the permitting process, we're really not supposed to show other guests. We're not supposed to show recognizable other guests. And so we always try and do like zoom lens and things like that in order to just basically show a ranger. But some of these ranger programs, we've been the only people who are on the ranger program. And that's not because we had gotten special permission to privately film them. There was no one else there.
Which always makes us kind of sad.
And well, for me, it's so surprising, because I think if more people did them, they would honestly have a much better experience. Keep talking, because I just want to grab something that's a little bit of a prop regarding this.
Sure. Also, thank you for calling us experienced travelers. I mean, there's still things we're learning. Like, yeah, we've been on the road for 5 years, but there's a lot that we don't know. Oh, while you're looking for whatever you're looking for, I will talk about this real quick. Is your last name really Newstate, or is that just describing what you do? That is a legal, real last name.
Yep.
It just happens to really fit with traveling to new states all the time. But yes, that is
a
really
real
last name.
Yeah, honest to God,
our last name.
That's really our last name. This right here, Subpar Parks. So if you're not familiar with Subpar Parks, what they do is they take 1-star reviews that real people write about the national parks, and then this illustrator creates like,
I think did you say that it started as an Instagram account?
Literally miles of white sand. So these are 1-star reviews, real 1-star reviews of national parks.
And they're just so fun. Wind Cave.
Seen a few caves, seen them all. Wind Cave. And the truth is that I think that a lot of this, though, is because people don't do enough of the ranger programs and really get the context and the understanding of why this area is special. I mean, look, think about this, that the rangers, the reason why they're there is because they're trying to not just be good stewards of the land, but also to give you context to help you to better understand and appreciate why this is such a special place. Why is this place designated as a national park? Talk to a ranger.
Yeah. We've learned so much that we didn't know and wouldn't have known from them. Yeah.
And also this book, by the way, fantastical.
Yeah.
It's in our Amazon store.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Subpar Parks. Check it out. It's great.
Oh, that could go on our RV gift guide. We're going to do a RV gift guide.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, we talked about that.
I know. Yeah, like,
surprise.
Yeah, we are.
That's one thing that's coming.
We are.
We figured we've never done like a holiday gift guide or anything like that. And we've been on the road for 5 years. Some would call us experienced travelers. Thank you. So we are this year going to put together a gift guide of things for travelers, RVers, and maybe that should be on it. It's just a fun.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This is a great one, talking about some of the ranger walks. So we did a stargazing. We actually did a night sky tour. No, it was a
Are you
desert.
talking about in Saguaro?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was the desert night.
It was basically the point of the walk was to go out and see if you could see wildlife. Like the ranger had all of
Yes.
these amazing tools. He had night vision goggles and thermo, like your heat,
like thermal vision.
Yeah. But yeah, Saguaro is not technically a night sky park. They are
not a dark sky park.
They're like dark skies friendly, meaning that they do their best, but because they're so close to Tucson, yeah, they can't get that designation.
Right.
But yes, you're right. Like the dark sky parks are incredible. Yeah. It's really hard for us to film those. So we've been in some parks like Bryce, where they do awesome like programs at night. And it's really hard to convey that properly and correctly. Our camera is great at night vision to a certain point, but I feel like we wouldn't be able to do it justice if we went to them and filmed them.
I just want to also just because you know White Sands has a jazz concert during the full moon.
No,
I knew that. I knew that, but like we would had to have been there exactly during that time. But yeah, that's a perfect example.
Coming up in when we're in Shenandoah, they are doing a partnership. So Virginia actually has a pretty extensive wine region, and they're doing a partnership with the local viticulture organization there, where it's like a 5-hour program in conjunction with National Park Service, where you learn about winemaking, and then you get to go out to a winery and all this stuff. But it's completely sold out for the days that are there. But that's another one where it's like, you know, the combining of different organizations or different pastimes, or it's just super cool. It's really cool. So yeah, always look for those. The national parks, it varies because each park handles like their website and handles information, the dispersing of information on their own. Some parks are better at updating their calendars than others. I think you've had luck too finding. So if you go to the calendar and you don't see an event listed on that specific day, also go into the actual ranger program's website for that park.
and it's interesting because like what Katelyn just said, because each park is doing it themselves. Some are really up on it, but yeah, like look up the ranger program, look up special events, special activities. There's a whole section of pages that are on these national park sites, and sometimes they will indicate a date even though it's not actually on the calendar. And I've had good success. In fact, actually the Nike Missile Tour. In fact, the Nike Missile Tour, that was an example of where the calendar didn't really spell out that it was going to be occurring on that date. It was actually, there was a specific page for it that said it's always held on such and such a date, X, whatever, there's the 4th Tuesday of the month or something like that. So
the park ranger for the dogs, we love them. It's so fun.
Okay, so we're gonna have to probably wrap it up here soon.
Yeah,
so let's see.
do a couple more questions.
final...
Where there was one. Oh, hi Ashley. Sean. Hi guys. These are our friends from Richmond.
We will see you soon.
I know. I'm so excited.
All right, let's see.
There was a question I had just seen, or maybe it was a topic. It was talking about timed entry. You can go by town. I didn't understand time entry, but Zion needs timed entry. Wait nearly 50 minutes just to get on the shuttle on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
I know the timed entry thing, that was something too. I think going into it, until we had experienced it, I definitely had mixed feelings about it. I was like, oh, man.
It's very controversial. Probably one of the most controversial things.
It is, and I get it. I completely understand both sides of it. I do think that it makes the experience a lot better in parts that have implemented it.
Where I see challenges is that it's going to disappoint people. It's natural, because really what they're trying to address is demand. That the demand far exceeds the actual capacity of a park at a given time, and they've tried to kind of gradually drip people into these areas so that way you have a better experience on the trails in the areas. But huge Yellowstone does not have timed entry.
And I feel like that would just be a logistic nightmare. With all,
I mean,
if you've never physically been to Yellowstone, we tried to convey it, but it's hard in our video. There are so many entrances. It is so big.
Yeah.
I just feel like that would be a complete nightmare to try to implement.
Well, you're talking about a crush of people. Like when you're in like summertime, peak summer at Yellowstone at a geothermal in the middle of the day.
That's why we
weren't allowed to
film.
Yeah. Because like Norris Geyser Basin, the parking area was always full. It almost didn't matter what time of day. And then they even had overflow on the street. Like they had like cordoned off areas of like the sides and shoulders and stuff for additional overflow parking, and that would be full. They, there are parks that still don't have timed entry or have any form of like a system like that, and it shows.
Yeah.
And now, meanwhile, Arches, I think Arches, from a timed entry perspective, that was actually a very pleasant experience. Like it never felt super crowded, and that was because they have a timed entry system for it. But Arches is definitely one where at least multiple rangers, I will say, indicated things such as we are being loved to death. That they are just so overcrowded.
Yeah.
It's Arches, and so for them, it's almost like a lifeline to try and help them with the crowd control.
Yeah, and Zion, I feel like they have tried with the mandatory shuttle. Like you can only drive to certain areas of the park, otherwise you have to take that shuttle. But even with that,
like they were just saying,
it's like
a 50-minute wait for a shuttle.
Yeah,
right. Like
they try, but it's not. They need just like timed entry would do certain parts.
Yeah,
a big favor.
Yeah, and Bill, said,
I understand that,
Yeah. Bill said did timed entry for Arches for less crowds. Yeah. And it's but the flip side of that though is, what if you don't get the time? What if you don't get a ticket on the day? And that's the only day that you're going to be in the park.
Then you just have to go. You can go really early in the morning or after a certain time.
Yeah, and every park is different, and like. Like I think about Glacier. Glacier, they get like snapped immediately. Like this, their time entry was gone, and we were able to snag, with no special access or anything like that. We got over 4th of July.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, couldn't believe it. Yeah.
So it does happen.
Yeah, it does.
Let's see.
The National Park app, yeah. No, we have not tried that. Did you know about that?
See our progress on the trip. Lisa, I just want a clarification on that. Are you talking about that you can see your current GPS position? Because we do that a lot.
Yeah,
that's something we
Pinnacles, do. It was a lifesaver in
Pinnacles.
That was a confusing
trail system. We had rangers warn us, because as we were planning the filming there, they were like, just, make sure that you pay really close attention, because we get people that are, they'll go on a trail thinking it's going back to the parking area where they started from, because a whole bunch of trails converge like right up at the top of Pinnacles. And we didn't show it, but we met a family who sadly had hiked all the way up and back down. And they were very close to the other parking area, and they were like, "Is this how we get over to the parking area?" And I said, "Well, where did you start?" And they told us, and I was like, "I need to tell you this."
Because there's 2 entrances to Pinnacles that are very far apart. So
it's over an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, the blue dot. Okay, yes, we have done that.
Yes.
Definitely. That is awesome. Yes, if you're not using, I just hit 10,000 steps. I think I'm stepping. If you have not used the National Park app, it is a fantastic resource. They have done a really good job. Again, it's hit or miss sometimes on the amount of information that is loaded.
I think each park has to, again, load the information.
Yeah.
But you maps,
sometimes there'll be
calendar, audio guides, more detailed information on specific things, activities in the park. It's great. It's a great resource, and it's totally free. Highly recommend the National Park app. And obviously, we do love our audio tours. The audio
somebody
tours,
asked about that.
Yeah.
Virginia, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Virginia.
Love you. Thanks for always giving us love on our videos, commenting, and everything. Hope you're doing well.
We appreciate it. But yeah, the audio tours, we love the audio tours. we tend to bounce between two different companies because nobody has perfect coverage. You know, it's like you kind of have to figure out who's got what. But Guide Along is probably our top, just because the level of the information, the sense of humor. Yeah, it's a great
His
presentation.
voice is really awesome. You know, you're okay.
Yeah, the voice actor recently followed us on Facebook, and I was super fanboy. I was so excited because I'm like, you have no idea the impact that you had on our lives.
It's like having a friend with you all the time.
We have spent hours with this guy, and he didn't know it, but yeah, he followed us on Facebook. I was like, oh, this is amazing. Okay, so I think wrap it, call it.
So yeah, so
hour and 25 minutes, guys, and there's still 140 of you with us. Unbelievable. Thank you guys so much.
So yeah, if you're going to be at Eclipse Fest this week, look for us. We're super excited. We are doing like a walkthrough happy hour, I think Thursday. Q&A panel on Friday.
Yep.
There's all kinds of events.
Caitlin is probably eating a donut eating contest.
There's a donut eating contest, a pie eating contest, and I told her I think we are the donut eating contest. He's like, why not the pie eating contest? Donuts way more. I can eat way more donuts.
I can eat way more pie.
You'll enter that one.
So I'll enter that one.
So if you're gonna be there, let us know. And then you're gonna be at the Tampa RV show in January. We know that's pretty far away, but that's a big one everybody starts planning for.
We will be there. We will be there for sure. So please put that on your calendars now. If you want to see us, that's a great place to see us.
And the pups.
And
Sweet Elle. She woke up from the. She gets spooked sometimes when she wakes up since she's blind now. She's like, "Where am I?" So, but she's doing good.
She's doing great. She's doing great. So, from all of us to all of you, thank you all so much. What a great live!
I know. Thanks for hanging out with us on this Sunday evening, and we'll be back next Sunday with
Crater Lake. Yep.
See you guys. Bye, guys.
And